What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kayla J, and I'm back again with another episode.
Love me like you do, do the things you do, girl. It's the way that you move, it's the way that we groove.
So today on Kayla's couch, we got my boy Psyche. Okay, he is a rapper, artist, overall creative. Okay, you want to say hi?
What's up, y'all? So yeah, I rap, I produce as well. I like to design, and so I guess today's main topic is chasing your dreams.
Chasing your dreams.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about the struggles of it.
Yes.
It's fun, and just everything that comes with it, the whole package.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You're a good host. I'm like, okay, that's what we're talking about.
So you're my guest today.
Right?
This
Am I?
is Kayla.
Am I the guest? No, but for real, thank you so much for coming.
Sure.
I'm super excited for this topic. Yeah, let's jump into it. So, first question: what are your dreams?
My dreams, definitely to make it big in music. That's my top one. To be a household name for sure. Brent was trying to tell us his dreams. But yeah, really just like making it in music. That's my dream.
Yeah.
There's a lot more I want to do. Like I want to start modeling soon.
Ooh, that would be
That'd be
nice.
fire.
That'd be
Yeah.
fire. You would be like a great model. How tall are you?
I want to say 5'11".
Oh,
So
you
almost.
up there?
Almost. But yeah.
That would be dope. Yeah, you
Yeah.
should definitely get into that. Just find some photographers and just start taking pictures. For sure. Do it.
Yeah.
You can be a model for my line when
down,
it
I'm down.
drops.
Let me know what's up. Let me know.
My dreams, I guess, would be like, I want to be like a triple threat.
Oh shit.
I want to, music, YouTube,
Yeah.
and business. How would you know if you reached your dreams? Like, what would be like that pivotal point? If
How
you
would
ever
I-
achieved X, then it's like you've made it.
That's a good question. Because so look, it's crazy because damn, that's so crazy. I've been doing this for about 3 years, right? But
Doing what? Rapping?
Yeah.
Right.
And so basically, I don't know if you ever heard of the Underachievers or like Pro Era, like Joey Badass and all of them out in New York.
Yeah.
You have? Are you sure you have?
I'm not familiar with. I'm familiar with Joey Badass.
Yeah.
Like I know that name.
So whenever I was 16, I would listen to like all of like the Pro Era, which is basically like the East Coast New York. And I would listen to all these people, and I feel like they really impacted my life. Like they helped change it because it opened up like my world to hip hop, because my whole life I didn't really grow up on hip hop. And then so once I discovered it, it was like I started writing. Like it changed my life, and like seeing like this is a form of music that like touches me. So basically, I said that to say that recently I did a show in LA, and I met S1E8, one of the rappers. I think that really impacted me because it was like, damn, like I don't know, like, cause I don't know if there is like a such thing as like making it, because throughout the way, like I feel like I've been making it to an extent, but I'm not fully where I want to be at. You know what I mean?
Right.
But so yeah, basically just meeting him was crazy, because it was like, dude, what the fuck? Like you changed my life whenever I was 16, and now I'm here, and he gave me his phone number. And
Oh shit.
yeah. And speaking of, he gave me the wrong phone number.
Just when you thought it was safe. Wow.
He gave me the wrong number. And then so, yeah, I'm sure it was by accident. But his producer followed me, his other homie followed me, which is dope. So I definitely need to contact him when I get back to LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that you already had your feeling of I'm making it.
Yeah. So basically, I don't know if I don't know like what that point is, because I feel like once I reach this point that I've always wanted to reach, and I'm there, it's like, dang, that it's like whenever you have a dream, you think of like this thing that's far away, and like one day you're gonna be right there. And then once you start putting goals and like you start taking action to get to those points, and then you actually get there, you realize like
You've been there all along. In a way.
yeah, kind of. But it's like once you actually just put forth that little bit of effort and you do it, you realize that this thing that you call a dream is not so much a dream, it's more just like goals that you're achieving. Because whenever you see like people like that we idolize, you're like, dang, like one day we'll be like them, or like they're so crazy because they're this big, but in reality they're just someone like us who put goals to their dreams and made it happen.
Yeah. I guess I have the same answer as you.
Yeah.
But also a different answer as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would say once I know I don't have to work a 9 to 5, then that's when I'll be like, okay, like I'm really, really in this. You know, I'm really doing this. But at the same time, you're right, because when I get recognized for my music, when people say that, you know, my music is helping them get through things, and I'm not a big artist, like sometimes it be just locals, sometimes it's just people I went to school with saying things like that, or just letting me know like, hey, like that song you wrote really like, or even just seeing them be able to connect emotionally to it, and really sing it like they went through it, you know, things like that happened to me, and I'm just like, wow, I'm doing it. Like I'm actually making this my reality. It's not a figment of my imagination. It's not this unattainable thing, or like this thing that's so far away. I'm doing it. And I really have to thank my past self for just being so bold and courageous and saying, you know, I'm gonna hop in the studio and record this, or I'm gonna write this song. I'm not gonna just keep it to myself. I'm gonna actually put it out. I'm gonna, you know, so I have moments like that, like when I go perform, and a really great feeling is when you're on stage, and especially if it's a new song that you're performing, and the people in the audience are singing along, and they're singing it with you before the song even ends, and it's like, you know, so. It's times like that when I see people's reactions to my craft, or when I see people say, hey, I watched Kayla's Couch, like I actually watch it, like it's a show, like I binge it, you know, and the whole 45 minutes to an hour, it'd be so worth it. You know, I'm just like, oh, like,
there you go, achieving dreams.
I'm doing it.
That's fire. Good job.
I mean, good job to us.
We making it out the hood, you know what I'm saying?
We making it happen, okay? You don't realize how special it is until you think about all the people that have dreams that just don't even think about pursuing them. They just don't.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Do you feel like your dreams are also your purpose?
Dang, that's crazy that you asked that. That's a good question. Because
I'm getting good at this shit, y'all.
Because that's crazy. Because I had a talk with one of my mentors the other day, and we were kind of talking about that. And I think for a while I was getting those two mixed up. But, because I feel like my purpose, or I know my purpose on this earth, is to change lives and inspire people. And so I live that through my day-to-day life, like just being able to speak to people and like getting to understand their life and helping them out, like just normal conversations. But my dream, I feel like in a way it does kind of go hand in hand, because some of the topics I touch on in my music kind of go like it's around that subject. But what I'm learning recently, because I'm experimenting more in the music, is like it doesn't necessarily have to go hand in hand all the time. And so but I mean, I feel like they, in a way, they kind of do, because people are gonna look up to you and be like they're gonna get influence off you, especially like if you're still local like me, you know, and people see that you're doing bigger things, and it kind of inspires them more to keep going because they see someone at their level doing it. And so, I feel like it kind of does go hand in hand for me, at least.
You said your purpose was helping people and what?
Change lives and inspire people.
Change lives and inspire people. Okay. And so your dreams are just really like what's the word? My
dreams are the selfish versions of me. No, to sell out big ass stadiums and shit.
But like what's I guess like what I'm trying to say is like your dreams are just the way to do that.
Exactly.
The way to pursue your purpose.
100%.
Fulfill your purpose. Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah, there's like one specific word I'm thinking of though. It'll come to me.
Right.
But you asked me the same thing. I think, yeah, like my purpose essentially is to help people and heal.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a healer.
Nice.
And I love to just make a difference in somebody's life. I like to touch people's hearts, you know, and I love to spread love. So I feel like that is like my purpose.
Yeah.
And then, you know, my ways of doing it is just gonna be like pursuing my dreams.
Right.
Essentially, you know, and I want my dreams to be a representation of my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know I have songs where it's like me probably like mad or angry or sad, and obviously like that's probably not spreading love, you know, but
sure.
it's an expression.
It's a way to express yourself. Yeah.
It's an outlet.
Yeah.
I think that's what I think is a part of my purpose as well. Helping people have an outlet.
Right.
I think that's so important, especially young adults. Like sometimes it's easy to release those negative emotions in a wrong way, or like to handle them or cope with them in a wrong way.
For sure.
And it's like music can really help heal and help you get through things, even if it is a sad or angry song.
Yeah.
You know, if you're sad or angry, you just go listen to that song instead of actually acting on what you really want to do.
That is true. That's very true.
How is it going for you? What are you up to these days? How are you pursuing your dreams? Where are we at on the journey?
My dreams specifically, or just me in general?
I guess both.
Everything, right?
Yeah, we're here. Let it out.
To be honest, I'm only 21, right? So I'm still discovering
Baby.
myself. I had a really hard past, so as I'm growing up, I didn't have time to like heal from that, you know what I'm saying? And so I think now is the time in my life where, because whenever I first started doing music, it was like very much a hustle, which it still is. But for so long I was, I think, driving myself into music too much to where I wasn't in touch with my real reality of what was going on. Because I started music whenever I was like 18, so about 3 years ago. My brother was heavy into drugs. Oh yeah, you met him, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He plays guitar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was heavy into drugs, in and out of jail, homeless and stuff. So like, there was a lot of things going on with him that was really affecting me. A lot of things on like my little siblings' side of like what was going on that in my mom's household. So like all these things were affecting me. I try to use music as like an escape from everything. So I would like put all my pain into it, like explain what I was going through. So basically, I said that to say this, that throughout those years of like how long I've been doing music now, so 3 years, like I've kind of just been, I didn't really know like what I was doing. I didn't really know what my journey was, because at first I wanted to like move to LA, New York, and like I just needed to escape. But what I realized is I wasn't trying to escape from my dream. I think it was more so I was trying to escape who I was, because I grew up in my hometown where I had still been battling these problems. And then so like I thought leaving would be like beneficial to my career, but to be honest, I think it probably would have hurt my career more so, because I didn't know myself. And so I tried to run away from all my past traumas, because I'm living where my traumas still are, and like people would still recognize me for who I used to be and not who I'm becoming. So I just felt like I needed to escape from that. But whereas now I feel like I'm learning more about myself, I'm learning more about life, so it's kind of like I'm not this insecure kid that's running around trying to like find myself anymore. It's more like I feel a lot more mature and like as to who I'm becoming.
Yeah.
And so I just think right now I'm experiencing a lot of life. And
Yeah. As you
taking it
should.
calm.
As you should. And I feel like your dreams kind of are like there to, I guess, like, how can I describe it? Like, your dreams are kind of walking you, or like, you know, on the journey with you, if that makes sense. Like you said, now it's like something you're not.
I'm not trying to run away from myself anymore.
Yeah. So you're content with who you are?
I'm not content where like I still like I mean, I'm not content with who I am yet. There's a lot of things that I'm still trying to break, like as far as insecurities go. I'm not content right now, and I'm okay with not being fully content until I make it where I want to be, because I feel like if I'm also too content, it'll also create a lot of like comfort within where I'm at in life. And I feel like if I starve myself a little bit of the feeling of contentment and like comfort, then I'm still able to chase after what I love.
I feel like when it comes to following your dreams, there's a great mix of being comfortable but also being uncomfortable.
Right.
And that's how you know you're like on the right track. Like, I'm comfortable in the sense of I know what I can do, and I know, like, I'm confident. I actually have confidence, you know?
Yeah.
I still have insecurities or anxieties, but, you know, I'm able to step outside of that still and still go for it. Like, it doesn't stop me anymore.
Right.
So that's where I'm comfortable. But I am also not comfortable because I feel like, you know, I still work a job.
Right.
And while I do love my job, it's still like, you know what, sometimes are you working?
Yeah.
You know when you go into work and you're just like, sometimes it's cool, sometimes you're like, oh, like I like these coworkers, you know, and then something happens and you're just like, I cannot do this.
You know what sucks even more? I was out of a job for a year because I was like doing my studio time and stuff, and I was like, I'm hustling. So I was doing everything I could to stay away from the job. So I felt like I'm on top, like no one's telling me what to do. I got all this free time. And now I'm back at a job.
I know, but it kind of keeps you like, you have to have a little bit of uncomfortability too, to be like, ooh, I'm gonna go and strive for this, strive for that, you know, like.
So whenever I was working landscaping, I would work from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And so I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I tell this story a lot because I think it's the one that really impacted me. So two major things happened whenever I was working landscaping. One, okay, so whenever I first was doing it, I would go to work, and then as soon as I get home, I would eat and I would play Fortnite. I've been wanting to make music, and whenever I was working the job, I was like, fuck, like I don't want to do this shit anymore. So my mom got like this $50 laptop, and then she let me use it. My homie had a mic, like a little cheap one that you plug into the computer. So I got the computer, I got the mic, I downloaded this program called Audacity. And then so I just started recording freestyles. I started recording my first song. And it was because of like working that job, it caused like this discomfort. Like I need to do something right now. And it like, and then so like that, like greatness came from the feeling of discomfort. But also something really big that happened was, I don't know if you remember whenever I was doing Outsider Kids really heavy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so I host like open mics. We do pop-ups, or not open mics. Well, so basically the pop-ups would be kind of open mics, but then we start throwing our own shows. And so through the discomfort of working that same landscaping job, Outsider Kids was birthed, which did big things. So yes, I feel like discomfort definitely causes.
Yeah, definitely.
Can definitely make you do great things.
Yeah, it puts that fire in your ass. Is that the saying? Fire up your ass?
I don't think. Wrong saying. No, I'm kidding.
It puts the fire. It sets your ass on fire. Something like that. I don't know how it goes. It's a saying. I swear.
That's funny.
But you know what I mean? It motivates you.
Like, so my whole thing was like, if I get a job again, which I did, is to get one that's gonna benefit me. So either like a new skill set or something where I can like gain network from it. So like if you work at a mall, it's good for networking because then everyone that comes in, you get them a little business card for your music or whatever. So anything that'll benefit you really.
Yeah, but you know, like a lot of these 9 to 5s or like jobs that you get, like Well, I mean, at least the ones that I've had. I actually hate working in sales.
Oh yeah?
I hate sales. I was looking like before I found this job, I was like, I want to get into marketing. I really want to find a marketing job, but like nobody was hiring me. And I was just like, okay, I know I'm hella good at sales. I have hella experience. You know, trying something new, I might have to like brush up my skills or whatever, but I could easily find a really good paying sales job. So I was just like, fuck it, I'll go back to sales. And every sales job that I've had, I realized like it was all for a reason. Yeah. Like I've learned so many skills about how to talk to people, how to properly sell products, how to market them, how to like persuasively talk to a customer and ask the right questions. And I hated it because I'm tired of like having to be so social and talk to people. Like I don't like sales anymore. But I realized when it came to this channel, when it came to music, when it comes to the business that I'm trying to start, like I'm literally going to be selling my own products. I literally sell myself with music. When it comes to YouTube, I'm literally talking, I'm learning how to properly talk, ask questions, and you know, get over my social anxiety. Like all of that, like those jobs have helped me so much. The job I have helps me so much. So it's all for a reason, you know, and I'm grateful for every job that I've had. How are you feeling about your
my job?
Has your job taught you anything that you think you could use in the long run?
Fuck no, no. Bro,
where do you work? God damn.
Do you know what screen printing is?
Screen printing.
Yeah.
It's like,
so it's like how you make shirts.
Yeah.
So it's basically screen printing, but like on materials. So like you know your piano right there, how it has like labels on it. So basically we could print those on it. I feel like it kind of does help because I screen print my own shirts and make my own merch. I mean, yeah, it does help because you know I get more screen printing knowledge, but I don't want to be a professional screen printer. I want to be a professional music. You know what I'm saying? You
gotta do what you gotta do to make ends meet, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do to be able to invest in your craft.
Yeah.
So how has it been being an independent artist? And I mean, because I know I've talked about it on my channel. Like I do everything myself.
Right.
I don't have a team. Do you have a team?
I do now. I'm blessed. No,
that's right.
I got someone who helps manage me, and then I got a videographer.
But you just got them, right?
Yeah. So no, so whenever I first started, okay, so I'm gonna jump back a little bit to how I started music.
Yeah, give us the origin story.
Okay, so hold up, pour me up. Some
now you want some wine. Let me pour myself up. Okay, let's get into the Psyche artist origin story. How did it all start? Okay, so I think it's all rooted in my past, really. So I might go deep. It's okay. That's what we do.
I might go deep.
It gets deep on Kála. Wait, that sounds wrong. I'm sorry. Get your minds all together. But you know, it gets deep. So let's get into it, man. Let's get deep.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry.
We're mature. I feel like it's all rooted in my past because I think it goes all the way back to my parents, right?
Like before you were born?
Yeah, I think so because my mom had a pretty traumatic life and my dad also had a pretty bad one from what they've told me. And so growing up, I think that they weren't secure in themselves. So kind of how they parented me, it was like, I feel like a lot of the reason why I have insecurities is because of how I came up. But as I've gotten older, I realized those are just default settings that I gotta switch.
Default settings. I'm gonna use that. That's no, for real.
Yeah.
And you have to unlearn and retrain your mind. Okay. Yeah. Continue.
This is about to be like a manifestation, rewiring the mind talk shit.
We might have to change the name of the video. We might have to change the name of the video. Okay, continue.
But yeah, so I definitely think it started, I feel like really traumatic things happened in my childhood. that I didn't know was traumatic because I kind of like tried to forget about it. But
or was it normal to you back then?
Yeah, exactly.
Normalized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and once I turned 12, my dad left. My dad, I think, didn't know himself, so he would always like be into women and money, and that's what he was chasing. And then so it kind of like, so that's what my dad was chasing, but my mom was also very unconfident, and so whenever like he would do something, she wouldn't really stand up for herself. And then so, you know, as a kid, you don't really know that it's wrong. It just kind of becomes a normal thing to see these parents react the way they do. And then so around the age of 5, my parents split. My mom moved to Dallas, so I moved with her. My mom met my stepdad. And he was very like macho Mexican, like no creativity, like no, like very like, yeah, no, and like just very like strict on that because that's how the culture was, I guess. And then growing up in a household with my mom and my stepdad, when he was like no creativity, very strict, and then my mom was too scared to like be confident and like stand up for herself. So basically growing up in 2 toxic homes like really messed me up. And then around the age of like 15, I started hanging out with the wrong people, right? And then my whole life, like I was kind of like following who was like the coolest, you know what I'm saying? And then so I just like, I grew up with that like no confidence because of the household. And then so that's why I felt like I needed to follow like these certain people. So I started smoking weed at 12. And then like, so like it was just like a lot of things I was getting into. I was in a lot of dumb shit too. I ran away from my mom's a few times and I got kicked out. So basically around the age 15 to 16 and early 17s, I was getting kicked out of a lot of houses, moving around to a lot of my friends, feeling like I didn't really belong anywhere.
Which leads you to when you turned 18 and that's when you started pursuing music.
Right. And it was like,
so
yeah, exactly. And so it was just like all these things, it was like built up in me. And then I heard like, I think Kid Cudi was actually the very first rapper that I listened to. One of my friends was playing Kid Cudi and he was talking about his problems. Like, wait, what the fuck? Like, what is this? And so I looked him up and I saw he was a rapper. And then I was like, yo, like rappers talk about this? But it was because, you know, like, you listen to Kid Cudi, right?
I know a couple songs.
He's so influential.
I'm gonna get into him.
For sure.
I just for you, I will start listening to him.
For sure. But yeah, so like he was talking about like almost things I felt. And I was like, yo, like I didn't know like rap talked about this. And then so since that day, like I started writing in my phone notepad like just bars and like little things I was feeling. And that was like the seed that got planted into me, like, okay, I kind of like rap, but I'm way too insecure. I hate my voice and like so many things. And then once I turned 18, it was like that desperation. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I just gotta do it.
Yes.
And then like my first couple of songs, I hated all of like how I sounded. But now I've honed into like my voice. I'm a producer now. I produce the majority of my own stuff. Like, and so like I know I kind of like went on like about my past, and it wasn't very organized, but
it's okay. We're on the journey with you.
Right. And yeah, we're gonna watch this in a few years once I know like.
Yes, I'm gonna be like Psyche.
Hey.
When you're like on the big screen, I'm gonna be like, go back and watch that video, man. See how far you've come. Prince, get your butt out my face.
Trying to throw that shit.
He like tooted his ass up in the air. You sound like the type of person that you put a lot of your life into your music.
Yeah.
So your life and the things that you've been through, your childhood trauma, your upbringing, all that is what brought you to following your dreams.
Yeah, 100%.
So I feel like a lot of the times we when you don't deal with the things that you've been through in life, it's like a you wish you grew up different, or you wish you had it better, you wish, you know, and I feel like if you're not tapped into your purpose,
right,
to have those moments to be like, it was all worth it, or it was for a reason.
Yeah.
Everything I went through brought me to this. Then it's easy to kind of fall in the trap of like life, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Getting lost in that whirlwind, and you're just not, like, you ain't tapped into your purpose.
Yeah, no,
no,
100%. Because whenever you start living your life in a purpose, that's whenever I feel like you start living life how you're supposed to live it. Because if you're like attached, damn, that's crazy. And when you're attached, to like your childhood traumas or whatever, like, I don't know. For me, it's been hard to grow out of them. Because they're default settings. Like sometimes you don't realize that they're there, but because you still act in them. But someone has to like let you know you're still doing toxic habits. Shout out to my mentor. Shout out Christian, man. He's the one that gives me all this knowledge. He kicks me all this knowledge.
No, for real. You know when you know something but you don't know until someone else says it? Like,
yeah.
That's how I've been feeling about these default settings. Like, I've done so much growing and unlearning this year.
Right.
I didn't realize that I was just like undoing these default settings and replacing them with something that I feel like is better for me, that I can pass down to my kids, you know? And I feel like once you really actively start pursuing your dreams, like wholeheartedly, following your dreams will help you heal some of that past. Like, for example, okay, my origin story.
Oh, let's get it. Let's get prepared. Do you still like that every episode?
Pretty much.
Okay,
yeah, crisscross applesauce.
That's interesting.
My creative origin story, I guess it all started when I don't know if you know this, but my mom passed when I was 2 years old.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so fun fact. Well, I guess it's not a fun fact because it wasn't fun.
Sound too fun.
Why do I laugh at things like this? Okay, sorry. Trauma response. I can't take shit serious. But no. I lost my mom when I was 2. Yeah. So, and then my dad, he went away and did a prison sentence when I was 12.
Right.
And he was gone.
Damn, I was 12 too. What's up
Your
with the
dad.
12? They just like to leave us at 12 right now.
Right. Is 12 a special number? Like, what? Okay. But he went away at 12 and he was gone up until I was like out the house and on my own.
Right.
But yeah, growing up with that kind of default setting of grief just being my first thing that I experienced fresh out the womb. Well, no, 2 years later, but fresh out the womb. I had to find a way to cope. And I always loved singing. I was that kid that was gonna be like, okay, everybody sit down. I'm gonna do a little concert. And I would be like singing with the remote in the living room, or like on the way to school. I'd be like, Dad, turn the music off. I want to sing a song for you. And I would just sing to him, Yeah. And I noticed I was always my happiest when I was singing or performing, because in high school, I was on I was in the Polynesian club, which is like Hawaiian dancing, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I did that. So I love performing, and I love the idea of a team or a squad, and rehearsing. I loved going to rehearsals. Like, I was a cheerleader, so I was a cheerleader on the Polynesian club. I was also in BSU. I was the vice president at one point, and I was the one, Black Student Union.
Okay, cool.
And I would be the one that would plan some of the acts for our shows and stuff. So anything creative, I would just throw myself in it as a kid. Because I didn't like staying home. I wanted to get out the house. Being raised by my grandparents, you know, they're older, so they didn't really understand like my generation.
So you grew up with your grandparents?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I wasn't just like on the streets.
No, for sure.
I grew up with my grandparents, and oh my God, I love them so much. They're amazing. But no, yeah, I didn't want to stay home and be stuck in my thoughts. You know, I was trying to escape my reality and just put myself in anything creative. So I feel like that's kind of where it started.
Yeah.
And I remember we had like this administrative assistant at our high school that we loved her. Her name is Tiffany. Shout out to Tiffany.
Shout out
Tiffany. I hope you watch this. If you watch this, girl, I love you. But no, we would like all of the students of color at the school, we would always like talk to her, and she became kind of like a mentor to us. But I remember one day I was like in the office and I was kind of just humming something, and she was like, "Hey, look, I hear you over there, like you over there singing," and I was like, "Oh no!" And she was like, "For real, like you sound good. Yeah, start pursuing that. Pursue it now while you're young. Like there's talent shows. You're in every other club. Like do something with singing." So she was just like the first person to really be like, pursue it. Like I feel like a lot of other people may have noticed like, oh, she likes to sing, she likes to perform, she likes to snatch the remote and do shows in the living room. But it was always just like, oh, you know, like no one was like, oh, she might actually want to do this for a career one day, or like really be interested in it, so let's tap into that, you know? But Tiffany was the first person to say that. So then I joined the school choir. I started taking singing classes at my local city college outside of high school while I was still in high school. Then I went to music school for a couple of years. But when I went to music school, I experienced like a lot of negativity. That was like my first kind of obstacle. I thought I was good in high school. I got to college and they were just like, "You're not that good."
For sure. And
it took a lot of like inner strength. I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but it took a lot of inner strength to really be like, no, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep pursuing it. I'm gonna. Eventually, I dropped my first song, Honeymoon. Honeymoon was a
let me tell you.
Everybody loves Honeymoon.
I don't know if you know this, but I sampled your song.
You did!
It's on my computer. Did I ever send it to you?
I think so.
I think I did. It was whenever I wanted to drop my first album, but I forgot what happened, but I ended up not dropping it. I still have the whole album though.
Man,
but I sampled,
it.
I slowed down your track, and then I was like, and the way like I threw like these boom bap drums, I slowed those down, and then so it sounded very psychedelic. So I sampled one of your songs.
See, it's moments like that where I'm like, I'm really doing this, you know? But wow, everybody loved Honeymoon, my very first song ever, and that
was your first song
ever. So after that, I was just like, okay, I'm going to actually prioritize music and pursue it wholeheartedly. And that's the story, man.
Nice.
There's a lot more, but you know,
for sure.
You can diss it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I wanted to ask, writing. For me, writing is like, I don't know if you're like spiritual or not.
And like what? Oh, I would say, I am. I'm not really religious so much, but I'm more, I would say spiritual,
I feel like I grew up religious.
Right, same.
I'm more spiritual now. But still, like, I know my roots in religion. They're just still there.
Right.
But writing to me is so spiritual. And it's something about taking what you experience and turning it into a piece, whether it be a verse, a chorus, a poem, whatever. And I wanted to know, like, what is your writing process like?
at first it was more like me literally just writing down exactly how I feel. And then so that's why if you listen to my first mixtape 6 months in, it's literally all about like my depression and like dark shit. But as I've because like I said, hip hop wasn't really like it wasn't rooted in me since the beginning. Like I discovered it myself. But as I've been growing in the craft from like just kind of saying how I feel, it's like, okay, no, I want to go bar heavy. Or like, I would write very cryptic and abstract. Like you gotta like really look at my lyrics to understand them, listen multiple times. But now I think I'm in a place where I'm speaking very direct. So I was watching a J. Cole interview and he said Jay-Z, and the song said that, which I don't remember the exact line, but it was something like how he like dumbed down his lyrics and he made like a few more million or something. So basically what I've learned through my journey, because at first it was very abstract, well at first it was more like this is how I feel, to like abstract, cryptic, to now like how can I tell you what I feel to where you can really feel it, because no one's gonna understand like, or not like cryptic abstract lyricism won't appeal to a very wide audience. Exactly.
It's its own need.
Yeah, exactly. So I think right now I'm in an area of my life is learning how to express something that is very just straightforward. Not so much like I'm hiding behind this bars. It's more like this is how I feel, and using the right words to get the point across. Because like just one thing I was listening to today, like Frank Ocean was like, a tornado flew around my room, please excuse the mess it made, which is like, it's using abstract but still very straightforward, so it paints a picture. So I think right now I'm in an area of my life where I'm just learning how to storytell more and using cryptic lyricism with like very straightforward lyrics, so that you can create this picture but still be abstract. You know what I'm saying? So just, I think that's where I'm at right now. But
man, no, that's so cool. And I feel like as an artist, when it comes to your writing, when it comes to your pen, it's important to appeal to your audience.
For sure.
But also have that perfect balance of making sure that it is true to you.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
But it's a hard thing to do when you're still in the beginning stages of following your dream.
Right.
Because, you know, not so many people are listening. You want to create something that's just gonna go viral or whatever. And you strike me as a very, you know, more on the abstract side of things. You're not just gonna release a song that has like 2 lyrics in the chorus. Yeah. And hope that it goes viral on TikTok. You know, like you're a real artist and you talk about real shit.
I appreciate that. Because that's something like I'm trying to avoid, which I know, like, because I don't want to just be one of those like TikTok blows up viral shit, like, which I mean that's cool too, like no, like there's nothing wrong with anyone that does that. It's just for me, like my biggest influences are like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, like everyone that's really taking their art very seriously, and I don't really care to just blow up overnight over a hit song. I want to really give substance to the world, and I want to give people the feeling that J. Cole gave me when I listened to all his albums.
Yes, it's a deeper thing. I feel like we have that in common. I mean, I'm more of a, like, I wouldn't mind, you know, going viral.
Hey,
TikTok,
I'm not tripping.
But, you know, when you really are passionate about music, whatever it is that you do, you want it to be a good reflection of yourself, and you want to be able to do something with it. And even if it is just, you know, creating a song, a simple song, you know, that simple song can still put a smile on somebody's face. Right. You know, but the difference is, like, if you're really passionate, like, you can tell the difference between an artist that is just in it for the money, just wants to get up there, just wants to, you know, get a quick hit, versus somebody that is actually passionate. Like, I actually have a passion for music and touching people's hearts, making people smile, making people laugh, like all of that, you know? Yeah. Until you have that too.
You know what I think I realized actually recently? Is that I think from the lack okay, I never thought I would admit this. I literally see myself on a stadium. I don't know why. My whole life, I grew up insecure. I grew up like, bro, I was rejected by every girl in like high school.
Damn.
And so my whole life, it was just crazy because like, all I've seen is like rejection, like, oh, you're not worth enough. And then like, when I close my eyes, I see a stage. I feel the crowd screaming.
Oh, yeah.
I hear it. I feel the chills running through me. So I don't know if I'm dumb as fuck, but we're gonna look back on this interview in a few years.
No, you're not dumb. You're not crazy.
I'm gonna play this on the stadium. I'm gonna play this shit on the stadium.
Hey, stadium.
But yeah, no, I mean like.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I don't know, like I believe in it. In my whole life, I never thought I would believe in myself, but like for once, I believe that I'm gonna sell out a stadium and people are gonna come to see me. But basically, I said that because I think what I was saying is I've learned that I think what I didn't know is from this lack of attention that I got whenever I was younger is the reason kind of why I also want to sell out these big things. So it's like an even deeper thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's kind of like you kind of want to owe it to your past self.
Yeah.
Like if my future, I feel like somewhere in the future, my future self is probably like, girl, everything that you're feeling now or have felt in the past, like, trust me, you're gonna shit on these people.
So that also goes into like does your dream and purpose go hand in hand? So like yes it does, but also like my dream, why at the beginning I said it's kind of more selfish thing, is because it is kind of like I didn't have this, and that's not my drive as to why I want the dream, because I really do want to save lives and inspire people, because that's what Kid Cudi and all these other artists did for me. But at the same time, for my own personal reasons from my past, I would say it's also to an extent a selfish thing, but they do go hand in hand, which I'm grateful for. But also the dream is more like it's my dream. So that's why I said that in the beginning. But ultimately it is to change lives. It's not like my main drive isn't to be like, oh, I want attention, pay attention to me. It's just like one of those things I lacked, that it was like, it'd be nice to have just a little bit, but for a thing that's helping people, not like bad attention. I get that. You know what I mean?
But you know what though? I don't think first off, I don't think that being selfish is bad.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't think it's selfish, like how you're describing it. I think that's more of like I feel like it's a natural thing to want to prove to yourself. Like, we prove shit to people all day, but like, what do you actually prove to yourself?
Damn, that's that's crazy. Yeah.
You want to prove it to yourself. Like, I feel like it's self-love. You could be denying yourself of following your dreams. You could be believing the things that you were told, that you're not good enough, you're not good, you know, whatever it is that you were told. You could be believing those things, but instead you choose to be like, no, I'm the shit. I will sell out. I will do this. So I see it as self-love and being, you know, giving yourself that pat on the back.
Yeah, for sure.
And saying like, I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. You have to have a little bit of like cockiness in this industry, you know? You just wanna flex one time. It's okay. Like
that's so funny.
Yeah, because like, man, there's a part of me that is like that too. Yeah. All the people that said I couldn't sing and stuff, and like just how bad I remember feeling, like just being, cause like I said, if I can't follow my dreams, what I'm gonna do?
Bro, yes, and this is a message to everyone, bro. You got one life.
One.
Like really, like think about that shit.
It.
Like you could die tomorrow in a car crash on the way to work, thinking that everything was normal. But like you have a chance to get the fuck up every day. Like, quit being lazy. Go chase your fucking dreams. Fuck, like, bro, like
you can do it. Like, fuck those default settings.
You only got one life. Like that's, I think, like, bro, people like don't remember that, and sometimes I don't. But like, literally, I could die like tonight on the way home type shit.
Literally.
But I get a chance every day to be who I want to be. And that's like, that's just crazy. Like, you can be whatever you want to be. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve. Like, look at Kanye. He made fucking, I think it was for 3 summers, he made 5 beats a day. Now he's like he's like the richest rapper in the world, $9 million.
You just have to believe it. That's all. That's literally the key. Like, you don't have to have help, have people, you could literally just believe in it. Believing is a foundation. And from there, you will figure it the fuck out. Like, Prince.
And people will come along to enhance it. I know you said, I think you told me a while back, you don't really like to work with, or you've had a problem working with people. That's some advice for you that I've had to learn how to, because I've always been like I'm gonna figure this shit out. Like, I produce my own shit. I didn't drop songs for 6 months because I said I want to produce my own shit. Like, I didn't want anyone to touch my shit anymore. But there's a point where delegating certain things will help take stress off you.
Outsourcing, yeah.
And that's some advice, because I know people like me who like to do everything themselves. It's almost like a default setting. It's like,
wow, now you're reading me.
You gotta learn to allow people to help you. That's something I've always had trouble with. I don't like accepting money. I don't like accepting people paying for my meals. Like, I'm always very like, I got it. Like, but if you want to give, you also have to receive.
True.
So that's some advice, because I know you told me in the past about that you gotta. It's like I don't know if it's an ego thing or just like, it's just, you gotta learn.
It's an ego and a trust thing.
It is. Yeah. It is.
But that's a good thing though. When people actually want to help, that's a good sign. Yeah. Because that means they believe in you. They see something and it's like, oh, do you need this? You need that? You know. So
right.
I will take that in and I will marinate on that.
For sure.
And I will try to start accepting help. But yeah, follow your dreams, man.
Do that shit. You only got one life.
You only got one. And I feel like it will make you happy. There's no, I mean, you could get married, you could fall in love, you could have your kids. And well, I can't speak on kids because I don't got no kids. But like, I feel like at the end of the day, when you have the house, the wife, the husband, the kid, whatever, what do you really want? You know, whatever you have in this life, material things, whatever. But did you actually fulfill your purpose? Did you actually follow what was put on your heart? You know?
Yeah.
And some people's dreams is being a mom, is being a husband, wife. So, and that's great, but like when it comes to, you know, anything artistic or business-wise or whatever, like, did you actually pursue it, or did you push it to the side? Did you suppress it? Did you ignore it? So that's just my message, I guess. Follow your dreams. We're not the experts. I don't know, we're just winging it.
I feel that. I feel that.
I'm just taking it day by day, so. But I'm not giving up. So yeah, future self, if you're watching this, keep going. I'm gonna keep going. And hopefully you're like somewhere in a mansion watching this. And hopefully you're somewhere in a stadium watching this.
You know what? Actually, I had like a dream the other day that I was on my tour bus, and so basically a cameraman was sitting like up here, and I was on my phone like this, and someone was recording me from this angle, like up there, and I was watching one of my first music videos, and I just look at the camera, I'm like, damn, we came so far.
That's a manifestation.
That is right.
Dreams, yeah, or like those little images you get, little zoning out, and like you're imagining you seeing yourself on that stadium. All that is manifestation. I believe it.
I've been digging deeper into manifestation. I actually have an alarm set for 7:30 to practice manifestation.
You got to.
Because I realized like so many things I have now are things whenever I first started doing music I wish I had. And now I have them and it's like, holy shit, like this is real.
And that's why it's so important to practice manifestation and practice gratitude, because you can want all these things and you will forget and not even realize, oh, I have this that I've wanted since I was 6 or however old, you know?
That's crazy that you say that. I need to practice gratitude. Because
manifestation and gratitude, they go hand in hand. So, because deep down, there's that kid that was being told that you're not good enough, you're not good at this, whatever, the insecurities. If that kid was here today, he would be like, he would think that you were just like the shit.
Yeah.
And you're the coolest thing. Because you're doing what he always wanted to do.
Right.
Your past self. So.
Right.
Yeah, it's important, but okay, we're gonna wrap it up.
That's good. I feel like I've taken, I've known these things. It's just sometimes I forget to practice a lot of these things. So
it's important to be mindful. So if you're watching this, follow your dreams. Go for it. Fuck the haters. Fuck the naysayers. And fuck the default settings that you were given as a kid. Go for it. You can do anything if you believe.
Do that shit. You got one life, bruh.
Yeah.
Chase your dreams. And do what makes you feel right. Chase your purpose. Chase your dreams, because you could die tonight. You could die while you're watching this interview.
Goddamn!
Go chase your dreams, bitch.
You watching this. I'm looking at you in your eyes. Chase your dreams, bro. Jump through this thing, and I will beat you up if you don't chase your dreams. Okay, let me stop. But for real, it's so crucial. It's so crucial. Do it. Just do it. Just fucking do it.
Do that shit.
But I love you guys so much. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you for letting me come. Thank you,
man. But all right, y'all. I will have all of our information and social media in the description below. Make sure you follow us. Like, comment, share, subscribe, share the video with your mama and your zaddy and your friends that need to follow their dreams. And don't forget to stay up and get your cake up. All right.
Hey. Put notifications on so you can be aware when the videos drop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that too. And we will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Peace.
Love me like you do. Do the things you do, girl. It's the way that you move.